Hey guys, Sunsfan here. One of the most common requests we get is to bring back our hero guides that we used to make. As much as we'd love to do that, we just don't have the time, unfortunately. And in order to remedy this issue, we'd like to announce our partnership with GameLeap. GameLeap is an amazing tool that you can use to learn directly from really high MMR players like Attacker and Yapzor. We're really excited with this partnership, and a big reason for that is because we truly believe in the product. The team behind it are great guys trying to make this community a better place. The guide you're about to watch is one of hundreds that they have on their website, GameLeap.com. So be sure to check them out if you want to improve at Dota. Hope you guys enjoy.
I'm Jenkins here with GameLeap with arguably what is the most important, definitely the most unique guide that's going to give you the most instantaneous boost in MMR and all of these Pudge guides. This one's going to give you a lot of MMR for sure. And what I'm going to explain to you in this game is the absolutely overpowered ability to totally manipulate the middle and offlane creep waves on the dire side by using the hook to do jungle. And what I mean by that is I'm going to teach you how to kill entire creep waves for either your mid laner or your offlaner. And while you're doing that, you're going to get level 3 when the enemy supports are level 2. You're going to get level 6 when the enemy supports are level 4. So you're going to be running around overpowered as fuck, super high level, and you're going to be giving your offlaner total control of the lane and your mid laner total control of the lane. And this is something that I think that, honestly, if you do this in a pub and it's not responded to well by the enemy supports, it's pretty much a guaranteed win. The very first thing that I like to do is I stand as close to the spawn box without blocking the spawn box. So that way I can see what creep camp I got and where the big creep is in the creep camp as soon as it spawns in the game. Once it spawns and my creep wave spawns, which is right here, I run down the cliff, I throw a hook at the big creep, and all you do is you run to the creep wave and then get hit by it. And you have to get hit by it and then follow it. So I'm following this creep and I'm keeping vision of it so that my creep wave stays attacking this. This is just your typical jungling now. You know, you beat the shit out of this camp. And as it's about to despawn, you can go for last hits. I don't usually if it risks not getting the pull through because the XP is far more important for Pudge. But as you can see, I just did, your typical pull through there. If I'm lucky, this won't block and I'll be able to pull to this again if all of these die. As you can see here, all my dudes are dying. You want to make sure that you're denying these creeps. You don't really want to send a double wave into your mid lane. It's actually like really bad to send a double wave into the mid lane because it pushes into the enemy's tower, it gets a shitload of experience, totally fucks with the equilibrium, and your mid is really pissed. So you want to make sure that your creeps are dying. That's the most important thing, is to deny your creeps from the enemy hero. Sometimes the support will come fuck with you, and that's okay because now you're level 2 Pudge. You see, I did a single pull, and I'm a level 2, almost level 3 Pudge. That's how to do it on the Dire with a melee creep. So it's actually different if you get a ranged creep, like these trolls here. So we can see we have a troll. I can see the positioning of the troll. What I like to do to remember where to throw the hook is you see these like little candles on the ground here. I try to remember like relative to those candles where the creep was standing. I throw a hook, and if it's a ranged creep, I need to make sure that... Oh, I missed it. I missed it that time. So you can see that's what not to do, is if you're like talking and trying to do a tutorial for GameLeap, yeah, you're gonna fuck it up because the creep only hits you twice, and because he only hits you twice, that means if the second hit hits you and you're not already standing in the creep wave, your dudes aren't gonna get pissed at him and run into the jungle and try and fight him, and he's not gonna hit you another time. So it's you'll purely aggro the creeps based on the positioning of the creeps rather than based on the creep whacking you and your creeps getting pissed off that he's whacking you. So I'll go for it again here, and I can see that he's kind of standing on like this candle to the top right. So I'll remember that, and I can walk down here in anticipation for my creep wave spawning because I know where he's standing, so I don't need to get information on that. So I throw the hook. He hits me once, and then the second hit I time it such that I'm in the creep wave. And then the same as before, I walk up into the jungle, and I keep vision as much as I can. I keep vision as much as I can on these, so that my creeps don't run away and think that, oh, that troll's probably gone because he went out of vision for a couple of fucking seconds. Creeps are pretty stupid.
Oi! And yes!
So this is a troll camp, and something just died. So he's gonna spawn skeletons, and the skeletons like beat the shit out of your creeps. So you don't actually need to do a pull through with these, but yeah, this is a lot of experience though, and I'll sometimes just like rot it down if it's about to die. And like a siege creep doesn't really, it takes so long to kill anything. And then I'll walk back to base, pick up my Tranquil boots, and then I'll smoke mid or something like that with my level 3. So that's about it for the dire jungle. There's like a few things I kind of didn't mention. One additional note that I'd like to make here is something that's purely to benefit Pudge's experience gain in the jungle and how fast you actually jungle. So I have a couple of birds here, and I look and I see that, okay, he's kind of standing right on the candles. So if I hook right on the candles, I'll get him. So I know that I can hook this big bird, and he's not going to die to the tower. So actually, what I like to do is I'll run him into the tower and get him to take a few tower shots, 1 or 2 tower shots. This helps you jungle because, he's at like 75% HP. This creep wave is going to kill this a lot faster because of those 2 tower hits. Essentially, if you have a big creep and you can hook the big creep into the creep wave successfully. So see, I got a friggin' Ursa here. This is perfect. Actually, you can do either. When you get Ursas, you can either hook the potato or the tomato, and neither of them will die to the tower. So if you get a big creep, you can hook them and bring them into the tower to give yourself additional damage in the jungle and speed up your jungling. But if you hook a small creep, do not bring that motherfucker in the tower. That motherfucker will die, and then your creep wave will not go into the jungle, and you'll have to sit there for 30 seconds twiddling your fucking thumbs, waiting for the next creep wave to spawn, wishing that you could have been level 2 30 seconds earlier. So it's not worth it to screw that up. So big creep, you can get him hit by the tower a couple of times. Small creep, just run straight to the creep wave. Try not to get him hit by the tower, So that's how to do it from the dire side jungle. And I think this is probably the fastest jungle Pudge because you have this hard camp, which will usually die to the creep wave, and then a medium camp. So it's very easy to get level 2 very quickly using this strategy. And that's when I like to roam. However, if your jungle isn't safe for whatever reason, or you're an offlane Pudge, or you need to help your offlaner, you can actually pull this camp here, this hard camp, the offlane on the dire side. I'll explain first, and then I'll actually do it. So what I like to do here is I come to this camp, this dire side camp, I tango this tree that I'm highlighting right now, and I don't know if you can see that in the replay, but my dude's gonna walk up and he's gonna tango a fucking tree in like 2 seconds. So I tango this tree, and this is gonna allow me to pull the creep wave this way towards this tower. And here's the line, I'll ping the line. So what I do is I stand here at this creep camp, right out of the range of it, and I wait for it to spawn, and then at 5 seconds after the creep wave spawns, what I'll do is I'll get hit by these creeps, and then I run them into the tower. So I need to wait for 35 seconds here because that's 5 seconds after the creep wave spawns, after the neutral spawn. And you want to try to, this one's a little bit harder because you want to try to get hit by these creeps in such a way that the creep that you actually nail with the hook isn't one that can get killed by the tower. And that sounds hard, and that's because it is. But after a few tries, you can usually get it. So here we have 35 seconds. I get hit by the creeps. This big bird is running out here. I don't think I'm gonna get this, but I'll at least kill a creep to show you. So as you can see, all the creeps got pulled, but this bird died. So that shit does happen. Like, I swear to fucking God, I'm not, no matter how godly you are with Pudge, this one is pretty precise. But now we've killed a bird, so this actually becomes easier to line it up with the big bird. So what I do is I wait here until 5 seconds. I get hit. The big bird is coming in last. That's excellent. So then I throw the hook, I nail him, and I pull the creep wave. This is, this is probably about your average pull. It takes you kind of like 2 attempts here. So this is really nice because this gets you almost level 2 on an offlane Pudge or support Pudge who would otherwise, be getting kind of jack shit. And then the best thing about this is, look where the creep wave is, boys! Check that out. How you like that? Look I'm level 2. I'm level 2 at 2 minutes on an offlane Pudge, and I'm sending a fucking double wave at them. You know what that means? That means I can get all the fucking experience I want in this lane. Look at this. Are they gonna fight me? I have a fucking army. Are they gonna fight me right now? How are they gonna fight me? I'm gonna get all the levels I fucking want from doing that. So yeah, this is like actually a super fucking good strategy if you can pull it off, for this like exact reason. So what I like to do at this point is actually like pull this camp or something like that, because they really can't do anything about it because they're so busy dealing with that like stupid fucking creep wave. So as you can see, that gave me total lane control, doing that single pull. A lot of the times I'll get somebody saying in all chat, like, you know, WTF, or like complaining about how cheesy this sort of stuff is, and that's just how overpowered it is. It's honestly bullshit to be able to do this sort of like creep wave manipulation. And look at this, like my creep wave is coming back to me, and no matter if there's supports, you get this control of the creep wave, no matter if there's supports here or not. It doesn't even matter, because if they're zoning you, if you can't do this side pull here to control the creep wave even further, you just do this camp again and pull this camp and send them a double wave. And every single time you want to send them a double wave and get a couple waves of experience, you can do this pull. Honestly, the only realistic solution for supports to this offlane Pudge shit and pulling this camp is to block this camp. But is that really a solution when if they block this camp, sure they get there, sure you can't control the creep wave, but then you go pull mid and mid gets fucked over. So they're choosing to fuck over their mid and benefit your mid so that their safe lane gets more farm. So it's honestly puts the enemy team in a pretty shitty situation just based on the fact that Pudge can do this sort of creep manipulation with the jungles and the offlane camp. So I hope it's clear how like overpowered this shit is now, and I hope this jungle Pudge to be the scourge of pub games. So using this information in this guide, I hope that you can go into pub games and make a couple people abandon maybe the enemy mid laner, maybe the enemy safe laner, but you're definitely going to make some people abandon. So, you know, you have this great power now of jungle Pudge. Use it wisely. Remember that with great power comes great triggering abilities, and use them wisely. So if you guys want to see more Pudge guides or more video guides on Dota 2 in general by a bunch of pros, check out GameLeap, and I do recommend it, and I'm not, you know, selling out or whatever. If I wasn't doing these videos, I would still say it's a pretty fucking awesome website. So you should check it out. There's a lot of free stuff on there at the very least. Give it a check out, see if you like it, and I hope to see you guys on there.